some reason I haven't been getting any notifications for YouTube. I don't know why. You be hating. Hating motherfuckers. I call bullshit. What do I call bullshit on? We'll talk more about this, but everybody has recently seen, I'm sure, the video of the 2 ATF agents at the guy's house trying to retrieve a solvent trap. Good afternoon, sir. But the video about the solvent trap, ATF agents go to a guy's house and knock on the door. The guy enters the door, camera rolling, of course. He enters the door as if he doesn't know they're ATF agents. And they can proceed to tell him that they know he has a solvent trap, you know. He denies having it or doesn't want to talk. He can sign here saying that he enjoyed it. They're just there to get the solvent trap. And I call bullshit. I don't think the video's real. I think that it was a guy and a couple of his buddies who made the video. If you listen to it, it's as if they're acting. I don't know how many cops you've dealt with in your lifetime. Now, cops are pretty fucking stupid, but they've dealt with the same shit over and over again, that they have come up with their own, like, lingo, the way they talk, their own comebacks. These two dudes, it was, like I said, it wasn't cops talking. It's my opinion. I could be completely wrong. It could be completely legit. Why is it blurred out? He had to have set that on his phone. Well, no, I guess he could have done it after the fact. But I just call bullshit on it. And, you know, I call bullshit on it because it was sent to Crump. Crump was supposedly the first person to put it out, I guess. And Crump jumps to conclusions because he puts his emotion before fact, in my opinion. I've talked to him a few times, and he will totally dismiss a fact based on emotion, and that's my experience with him and conversations with him. But like I said, I call bullshit on it. I don't know why somebody would fake it, but there's just too much in it that just doesn't make sense to me. So, but anywho, next I was tech team. I talked about this last night. Sent me the moral of the video was that your problem isn't with government. Your problem is with the jury of your peers, because the jury of your peers is the one that finds you guilty or not guilty. And my first thought was, like, this dude's truly an idiot. What about all the time, money, effort, and stress, along with possibly losing, you know, whatever you've gained throughout life prior to that? What about the cops playing judge, jury, and executioner on the street? What about when you're arrested and you are treated as though you're guilty for up to years before trial? I was locked up with the dude at the Justice Center. Like, I don't know how many people have been in a county jail. I was locked up with the dude at the Justice Center in the cell next to me when I was in ADSEG. ADSEG is when you don't play well with others. They administratively segregate you. But anyway, he had been in ADSEG for 3.5 years fighting a case. So is that the jury of your peers, Farm? And furthermore, is the jury really my peers? Anybody that can get on a jury? Because nobody that's my peer is really registered to vote at this point. And if they are, it's just because of a past registration, and they're not going to vote. So you want me to think that a system built up and based on and relying on those who buy into the bullshit and register to vote to judge me, I need to, that's my problem, those people? Well, yeah, you're partially correct. But they're not the problem. The problem is the initial problem. It's the root of it. It's these fucking pigs that run around acting like they're gods, like they have authority over people. Because we hit our lights, you must pull over. Oh, you don't want to pull over? Well, I'm going to call my fag buddies up, and we're going to force you to pull over. We will go as far as to kill you if you refuse to pay for services that you don't want or need. Property taxes. I don't want the police. I have no use for the EMS. Don't really care about the school. Don't want none of it. But you will pay or else. Well, okay. Or else it is. Where am I going? Just lawyers and doctors and the soccer mom who thinks that, it's those damn Democrats' faults. Those aren't my peers. And they're definitely not the problem. I'm not saying they're not a problem, because they are. But they're not the problem. The problem is the idiot, like I said, that thinks he has authority over you. And all the shit that comes prior to you ever seeing that jury. The system that we know it, 100%, the criminal justice system. Like, it's not that hard of a concept. Country built on the foundation of freedom. Hey, we're going to be over here and be free, and you're going to leave us alone. And then they decide not to leave them alone, so people shoot them in the face. That would be the British police forces that they shot in the face. So then they are like, hey, we need to institute a government to protect our rights so we can be free and shit. And nowhere in those documents that created that government did it say, hey, government, you have complete authority over us. Like, our government's not even, the criminal justice system's completely unconstitutional. It's not supposed to exist. We're supposed to have community-based common law courts made up by the people of that community to prosecute, like, people who, commit crimes. Not government. Like, it's not like you're either free or you're not. So if your belief system is that government has the authority to even prosecute you, then you don't believe in the foundations of this country. You just don't get it. You're never going to get it. The sheep that buy into the system are the problem. There's a lot of problems. They combined, they just, I guess the jury is a symptom of the problem, not necessarily the direct problem. Cops are legit paid witnesses. They are paid while they're on the stand. And they have an interest in your conviction because they made the arrest, or they investigated, or they did whatever. They have an interest in that. So you have a paid witness that has an interest in your conviction testifying against you. Yeah, that's a due process there, bud. Real freedom there. No. The system has been rigged. Like they're playing the long game here. Oh man, I'm gonna be here for a minute. I gotta run in here and get some caulk. Not cock, you fag. Caulk. Watch my truck for me. I'm gonna try to hurry this up. I didn't have time before or after. That's why I started it. But damn. All right, hold on. Remind me where I was at. You want me to leave the AC on for you guys, or what? Nah, you're probably all right without the AC. All right, I'll be right back. Watch my truck. If anybody jumps in, make sure you let them know that I know. Got them on film.
bitch. Nope, nobody stole my truck, I see.
Who's here? Holy shit. More motherfucking people here when I'm not here than when I am here. See a dude get smacked on a motorcycle the other day right here in town. Poor bastard. Some papa hit him, you know. They give people driver's licenses that. Oh, look at this is a genius right here. All right, road. Not even look. What was I bitching about? Oh. Yeah, so the problem's not the peer group, the problem is the enforcement. And people will find that out, you know. You ever heard that saying, get back to blue until it happens to you? And it's not even so much that it happens to me at this point, because it doesn't really happen to me. I just know what will happen to you, and I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with it happening to anyone. You know, and if you support men who believe they have authority over other men, you cannot be a Christian, because at that point, those men that you think have authority over those other men, those men are now your gods. And these pigs are treated like they are gods. They're our heroes. They go out and put their lives on the line every day for us. Bullshit. Those dickheads sign up for an easy job, a fat paycheck, and a bunch of free fucking donuts. Every restaurant they go to, they get free food from. They'll flash their badges just to get a free steak or some shit. McDonald's gives cops in Cincinnati, they can go through there and get whatever they want for free, just because they're cops. Like, and this is where we're at. Same thing happened in the 1770s for the Redcoats, and how the Tories supported them. It was the same thing. It was a bunch of ignorant people who were ignorant of freedom, who knew that they could not survive without the king, you know, controlling the masses, who supported the policing forces of the day, who did less policing than what we see today in this country. They declared independence and fought a war, or only multiple wars, for less shit than what is happening in this country today that we watch happen. But all the patriots will be here to save us. They're all going to vote harder in November so Trump gets reelected, so they can all be patriots together. You know, here's my thing. So let's just say that you buy into it and you believe it all. At what point are you like, yeah, this is some bullshit? Is it when a woman can openly be responsible for the deaths of many for whatever reason that she chooses, like Hillary, that they have no problem sending your sons and daughters off to war to be killed, yet their sons and daughters don't go? They're not sent. Why? You know, when Prince Harry, went to Afghanistan, like, I respected that. I don't respect the war and all that other shit. I can respect that he put himself in a position, possibly, where, you know, at least a bomb could fall on his head. I doubt very seriously he was on the front lines fighting too much. But then again, he may have been. They may have treated him just like he was another soldier. I don't know. But that doesn't happen in this country. Hell no, in this country, if you're the president's son, you snort cocaine off hookers' asses and videotape yourself laying out in the open arguing with the hooker that brought them to you, that brought the drugs to you, because, you know, she plays on the way and burn up 3/10 of a gram of it. And then you openly launder money through Ukraine, so your father can then push sending this Ukraine billions and billions of dollars so that it can then be laundered back through, put in the pockets of the other side, so that they vote your way to then further control the people. Like, it's a big scam, man. If I did anything to you that a cop does, anything, you would fucking shoot me, and rightfully so. But because we've been trained to believe that piggies are goody-goody, they're heroes and all this bullshit, your mind tells you, you turn your mind off to them, what they are. They're criminals. by every definition of the word, they are criminals. And they're the worst kind of criminal because they don't lead themselves. No, they follow orders. They're not smart enough to do it on their own. They follow orders. One of the biggest criminal enterprises in the world, and all criminality in this country at the political level starts within. And until people get that, it's game over. There's no sense in even arguing about, the next civil war. There ain't going to be another civil war. There's got to be a first civil war to be another one. Is there going to be another revolution? No, there won't be. I'll tell you what there will be. There will be people who will stand up for themselves, and these fucking bootlickers when they see them on the news and they call them criminals, will declare that they should have just complied. That's what the Patriots will say. They should have just complied. Because complying is patriotic. Listening to your daddy government is real patriotic. It's just ridiculous, man, that people have shut their minds off to things that now to me it just seems so really basic. At one time it didn't. At one time I was like, really I just didn't care is what it was. It's not so much that I didn't know. I just didn't care. I was busy doing things that it didn't matter to me. When you don't do the right things, then the right things don't really matter to you. I'm not laughing about not doing the right things. I'm laughing about how it didn't matter. But it did. You can't use these drugs because you'll get addicted. But you can get these drugs from Big Pharma and get addicted, and that's okay. And then we'll call you an addict and a criminal and shit. We'll pass you off to make you a peasant society, one of the miscreants. And then Big Pharma will not only create the drug that gets you addicted and ruins your life, they then create the solution drug so that after you ruin your life, you got to take it the rest of your life. Just unreal, man. Like the logic of I'm free, call the authorities. Like, can't you people listen to what you're saying? Do terms no longer have any meaning to you? You can't be free if somebody has authority over you. One would think it's common sense, but it's not. And I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I'm a Marxist, I'm a leftist, Democrat. I'm a Democrat, as they say. And I'm none of those things. Like, I would think that if there is a true constitutionalist, that's what I would be if I lumped myself into a group of people. Every practice is a picture of a jury. Every problem I have with government is because of the fucking thugs. And yes, the peers do play a part of that because they're not my peers. The people do play a part of that. But like, my peers are people who just want to be left alone, who don't want all the government intrusion in our lives, who want keep what they earn, who don't his violence in a lot of states. A burglary when no one's home, his violence also is theft, it's property damage. The government kicks in your door. Oh shit, it's raining. The sun's shining out. It's weird. The government kicks in your door and shoots your dog and takes your property, and it's justified because you failed to obey. Bad boy. And even though you harmed nobody, you don't see a problem with that. I mean, when government harms people, why can't we kick in their fucking doors and do the shit to them that they do to us? All because it's not legal. Oh, okay. So government creates the law, the policy. Then government pays the enforcer of the policy to enforce the policy without question. And they can create any law they want because there's no pushback. There's no force stopping them from doing it. So how again are we free? explain this to me? So either you believe that we were never supposed to be free, and that everything shit that happened after that, all throughout the Articles of Confederation, and the adoption of the Constitution, all that was just to put the very same system in place that they left. I mean, like, I don't get it. There's no reasoning to it. What it really is that people who buy into it have held on to this belief system. Oh, I should get the hell up real quick. People who buy into it it's not that they don't know they're wrong, because a lot of them do. Just like this dude knows he's wrong. I've seen his opinion shift somewhat in the past, 5 years, however long he's been chasing me around and taking control on his channel. But he doesn't see it, and he won't admit it, but it has. Last year I was the problem. This year my peers are the problem. According to him. No. My problem is everything that we know is a lie. Government took over the public school system. The only natural enemy of man is government. Now government teaches us. Government taught me. I was taught to stand up straight. The corporation, I bet, it depends how things are. Probably not, because the freedom to tell the truth will be illegal soon. I like go look at old pictures of Hitler's speeches when there's fucking 100,000 people out there, throwing a hand up to the man. And you think about that, and you're like, how could they all fall for it? Look around you, dude. Not only is everybody around you falling for it, you fell for it. No different. We got this, we're not killing Jews. No. Because you buy it. But you punish me if I choose not to do those things. Ain't gonna work this time. Because you know how many people go out in the public with their suppressors all the time? All the time. They do a $200 tax stamp. It happens all the time. Well, yeah, but they're illegal. They might get in trouble. The government might take them to jail. I don't want to go to jail because I like my job as a nurse, and I get to see penises and balls all the time and watch Peppo's asshole. And I really like it. I don't want to lose that. That's really what it sounds like. For the list. Happens all the time, man. So quit saying what it is and say what you really mean. You fear government. That's why you do the shit you do. Just saying. I gotta go. I gotta go get these doors put in. The chaotic door. But you guys have a good day. Stay safe. Bye.